are your favorite kind of creature features? What's your favorite
Oh,
animal to have in a horror movie?
oh dear. Yeah, this is like creature features, monster movies are my jam. Simple as that. I would kind of say slashers and found footage are my least favorite subgenres. Um, Now, this is where I contradict myself, and I'm human, people. I'm sorry, but whilst I love the repetitive structure of Friday the 13th, I think my problem with slashers is that as an overall genre, it's incredibly repetitive. Like for me, that familial kind of thing, but I digress. But it's creature features, monster movies are my jam. I just love weird monsters, and my favorite monster is the werewolf. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it does not get enough love, and I think it was me being traumatized one night. So over in the UK, we had channel 1 to 5 for the longest time, and then we had like kind of this thing called Freeview, which blew up, and now we've got like over 100 like free channels. And channel 5, without fail, for like I think it was about 4 months, would
Hi, Glenn.
play. Um, oh, what did they do? They played Kenneth Branagh's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and they played American Werewolf in London, and that movie just blew my mind apart. And it's that humanness about it. And as I've gotten older, I've really appreciated the kind of idea that, and especially seeing other subgenres of like horror films, especially ones we can't talk about. If you've seen Revenge,
We'll
you
do a
kind of get the
recording, we'll do
gist.
a podcast episode of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if you've seen Revenge, that kind of subgenre of film. And the idea that you can't control, your anger or your lustfulness or just your animal instincts, your baser instincts, and that you can go absolutely wild, but you're on a time crunch. It's going to happen no matter what. And I've always
Yep.
found them way more interesting than like vampires because the thing that irritates me the most with vampires. Yeah, I know. I'm self-censoring. I'm self-censoring. Oh, hey Sam. Hey Sam. Yeah, that's all right. Sam's just has said hi. Um,
Hi, Sam.
yeah, it was just yeah. Sorry guys. Yeah, I will thank everyone at the end, but yeah, it's
I can't see who's in here. I've only seen there's two people who have
yeah.
commented. I don't know if I can see who's in here. I don't
So
know.
yeah, yeah. We've
I don't know how to TikTok.
so it's all right. We've got Matthew, Dana, Ben, Sam, Rob. Hello, Rob. That's all right. Paul should be still here. I do
Sounds like
apologize,
a good
guys. Yeah,
crowd.
we yeah. It's. I wanted to thank everyone at the end, but um, yeah, um, with the kind of werewolves and stuff. The thing that I find a couple of things, which is vampires for me are always the upper class kind of the stand-in for the upper class, and I've never understood that, because if you've got a creature with that insatiable bloodlust all the time, 24 hours a day, they would be, like underworld. I think the
Yeah.
roles would be reversed basically. And then werewolf movies now are just terrible. Like I was so excited. There was one that I saw a trailer for a little while back called My Animal, and I've just recently kind of caught bits of it, and it's just another metaphor for teenage or young woman into burgeoning womanhood, which I think's great, but it's become a visual metaphor for that, where you're exploring the characters, but you're not exploring the impact of this disease onto that character. And again, that's why I
Yeah.
like American Werewolf in London, in the fact that you've had that month long dream, the dreams and how it really impacts their life.
Just,
but
the way
yourself.
you said about this disease thing, it just reminds me of the short you did, Virus, and I was like, that's a
Yes,
vampire one.
yeah, it is a vampire one. Yes, yes, yeah. Um, I love vampires. In the sense that like you can tell stories, and it was one of those weird things where it was like I hadn't seen it in years. I hadn't seen it in years, and then I think people were asking to watch things and stuff. No, I do like ginger snaps, Ben. I do like ginger snaps. Um, but the thing for me is oh, this is a good one. Yeah. So sorry. Similar to the Wolf. Yeah, Wolf of Snow Hollow just doesn't interest me because spoilers. Basically, it's a murder mystery, and the whole
Yeah,
setup was that it was a werewolf, but it actually wasn't. It's don't give me that. If you're going to use it, there was one really bad one. Sorry, there was one really bad one, and literally. So it's got oh God, what's his name? Oh, he was a big '90s guy, Brendan something, Brendan Moore, Mohr. I think it's him. And he had these like daughters, and Thomas Jane comes to his house. He's like the sheriff. He's like robbing them, and the daughters
oh,
are werewolves. Yeah, the daughters are werewolves, and they transform, but then they go back into like normal. Like they'll walk behind a bush, then you've got like the werewolf cam, and then they'll
yeah,
come back out like fully clothed, and you're just sitting there going, "Well, what is this?" You could have just taken that out and made like a normal kind of horror movie. It would have been fine, but
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, sorry.
Glenn on my side has actually mentioned the movie Outcast. I haven't seen it. Have you seen Outcast
Yes, yeah, the
with
one with
James
James
Nesbitt? Yeah,
Nesbitt. Yeah,
yeah.
that's another one where it was like, yeah, it was basically like a British council estate, and oh God, I think it's Lena Headey and this character of her son. They're on the run, and it just be kind of again it's like thrust in last kind of minute. You get threads of it but very faint threads, and it was just an analogy kind of it's been a while since I've seen it. It just felt like it was an analogy for kind of like drug use and things like that, because especially it's the
Um,
James, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the James Nesbitt character who is a werewolf in that. um no, thanks Ben, no, appreciate that bud. And yeah, it's just nerves, man. It's like seeing Shell for the first time. It's like, oh my God. But no, again, it kind of that falls back to where I just constantly have problems with the werewolf genre. Love Dog Soldiers, so please don't at me, but it's a siege movie, and then you've got female kind of burgeoning womanhood, and then you've got other things. There was one more. I think you kind of get like a character study like American Werewolf. But other than that, nobody's really pushed that subgenre at all. And whereas, it was like in the space of a couple of years, we had like When Animals Dream, Wildling. There was another one. There was like I Am Lisa or I Am Wolf, which is it got retitled over here. And then there's one on Shudder, Bloodthirsty, which is about a girl trying to
yeah,
reconnect with her past, and her dad's a music producer, and she finds out she's a werewolf. But the big thing for me is the transformations. Nobody bothers with the transformations and stuff, so it, it's disappointing as a fan. But then it's also kind of like, cool. I'm waiting for that next one that will hopefully hit. Um,
yeah.
yeah. But yours, sorry, I have gone off on one, but
No,
yeah,
it's more
it's all
than
good.
fine. So I, as much as I love vampires, I wouldn't put them in as creature features. I see creature features more as animals.
Mm, yeah.
I love me a shark movie.
Oh
Especially
yes.
love me a bad shark movie. I'm
Oh yeah.
petrified of sharks, so if I get to laugh at them, it makes me feel better. I love a bad shark movie. I love the movie Sand Sharks. Now I'm gonna butcher his name. Is it? He's from Stargate Atlantis. Is it Corin Nemec? He was in
Don't know.
Oh my god, he was in a show called like no, I can't remember the show. All I know is he follows me on Instagram, and I've tagged him multiple times when I watched it. That I wouldn't be surprised if I did it again. He'd be like, "How many times are you going to watch this?"
Yeah,
I've watched it that many times. I love it. It's stupid. It's got Brooke Hogan in it. It's got sand. It's got sharks swimming in sand. Come on, what is not amazing about that? I think it's an Asylum movie. Asylum just go nuts
yeah.
with their stuff.
Oh my God,
It's
yeah,
silly. I love it.
yeah.
But no,
But the big question is, are you going to see Tommy Wiseau's shark movie?
it is at Cinema Nova. I actually don't know. Maybe. I don't know if I'll see it there. I'll probably definitely watch it though. Like anything that's just a
Yeah.
bad shark movie, I'm all up for it. I watched on the other. I was going to watch Cruel Jaws the other day, but the app wasn't working that I
Oh,
was watching it on. I downloaded the Chilling app because they've got the Dorothy Stay Away from Oz short on it, and that's how no, that's how I watched uh, Sharkula, the vampire shark. It's so
oh,
stupid, but I have to watch it. It's by the same people who did Shark Exorcist. And I remember
yeah.
during lockdowns years ago, I'd watch a movie with a friend of mine over Instagram video chat. And after that, he's like, "You're not going to be able, no, you can't pick the movie anymore." Because I picked that movie and it was terrible.
Trust me. I've programmed films because me and my
Hey, Mike.
brother like when I show him movies and I genuinely like I get so excited and then we watch the movie and he's just like, oh, we've just watched that. I was like, well, what did you think? He's like, it was great. He's like, no, I wasted my life. I'm just like, oh,
It's
don't.
a
I can't,
waste of
I
my
can't.
life.
That's why, get us like in a cinema programming something. It would be amazing. But oh, what was it?
Oh,
Didn't you send me the Shark House? Was it Shark House? I know there
I
was
think I sent you a picture. Shark House is on Chilling app, so I need to watch that as well.
yeah. All right,
And then
okay.
there's
Because like three-headed attack shark, five-headed. Oh god,
yes,
there was loads.
two-headed shark attack. I've got that.
Yeah.
That's got as another Brooke Hogan one by Asylum. That one is hilarious. There's also six-headed shark attack. The
Could
sharks are
be.
walking on their own heads to get on land. I mean, how can you say? Actually, there's my shark movies right there, or most of them. The
Oh
Last Shark, Jaws, Orca, Piranha. A lot of bad, a lot of bad shark movies. Oh yeah,
yeah. Oh, brilliant. No, I know your
but
love
yeah.
for shark movies because I've got like a free couple of apps and they've got loads of shark movies on, so I know what I'm doing. So I'm like, right, I've got to start watching these because of your recommendations.
Well, Glenn here also just mentioned he's also from the Good Movie Monday podcast. The shark exploitation doco on Shutter, which I haven't seen
Oh,
yet, but I hear
oh,
good things.
spot on. I was about. Thanks for reminding. Yeah, because I was going to say, have you seen that? It honestly, you are going to lose your mind. They cover the asylum period. Oh my
Oh
days.
no.
You are going to sit there with like a pen and paper, just going, oh, more to watch.
I was watching. It was. I think it was on. It was free on iTunes something like that years ago. It was called I think Monster Men. It was about a company that would make special effects stuff, and they were actually hired by Asylum to make the two-headed shark. But the
Oh,
original
okay.
design that Asylum wanted was to actually have like the two heads on top of one another. And they're like, well, that's just stupid. If you have them next to each other, they can move better. And when they actually saw the design of it being separated, Asylum hated it. They absolutely hated the idea until they did like a demo reel for it, and they're like, oh, actually, it does work better.
Yeah.
I think the place was called
Oh,
Skoda. I think that the place that was doing it, but yeah, just to think it couldn't have worked. Two heads on top of each other. How's it going to work?
oh my God. I love the asylum. Just the stories you hear from them, and obviously the movies. Yeah. Just.
It's to me, it's very much horror fans just having fun with everything, and that's what it should really be. I just, what other genre can you have that kind of fun with?
You,
it's like when
yeah,
you're watching like the Masters of Horror series. Some of the stories didn't work, but it's the only genre where you never take chances like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, like you say, that's perfect because you can have really dark stories like Jennifer, and then you've got that kind of slightly comedic Dear Woman with us. Oh, yeah,
I was going to
just
mention Deer Woman because I was
yeah,
also thinking that that won the V word, like the most universally hated episode. Isn't the boy becomes a vampire?
it must the horror.
Yeah, I think it was like season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My mind's
that one
blanking
is
on that
like
one, but
universally panned. People hate it. And Imprint, the
yes,
that one I watched it once and I wanted to burn the tape that we recorded it on.
wow,
I it was just it was a bit it was like backstreet unalivings of small things. I was just a bit too much for me. But I
yeah,
do have all the Masters of Horror, and that was the only DVD I saw that was singular.
yeah,
So I own it, but it's still wrapped, and I will not unwrap it
no.
because it's evil. Just I will never unwrap it seriously.
Uh-huh. So
So
there you go. Sorry. That's actually a good segue to what. So you love your horror, but is that kind of your limit? Say something like Imprint, would you say?
I think it was probably like I've seen like the Hostel movies, but there's something about those where I don't know. There's it's such a filter kind of reality. You know
Mm,
it's fake, but I hadn't seen many films by Japanese directors.
yeah,
So it's a completely different level. Like I've been being told to watch like Turkish horror. Apparently it's some of the extremest stuff you'll ever watch. But I hadn't seen anything from him before. So that was quite eye opening.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for Takashi Miike, mine was Gozu, which I covered recently, and yeah, like when you watch that. And yeah, and then you get to kind of Sion Sono. He doesn't do horror so much, but yeah, there are things in that that kind of, as a culture in Japan, I'm like, okay, it's like I've got to kind of put my own stuff aside to watch these kind of movies. But no, no,
Yeah.
I just yeah, you definitely seem more like the fun, bubbly horror.
Fun, bubbly horror.